Bruno Fernandes dismisses excuses after Manchester United's defeat, while Amorim takes responsibility. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes has firmly rejected the notion that preparations for the Europa League final played any role in the team's dismal 2-0 loss to West Ham at Old Trafford on Sunday. The defeat marked United's 17th Premier League loss of the season and further deepened their domestic crisis, just days after securing a Europa League final berth by defeating Athletic Bilbao. Despite head coach Ruben Amorim making 6 changes to the squad that overcame Bilbao midweek, Fernandes refused to attribute the latest defeat to squad rotation or fixture congestion. Speaking to MUTV, he stressed that every player must be ready to perform when called upon. No, it can't make a difference, because everyone has been training very hard, very well, so everyone is prepared to play at any moment, Fernandes said. I don't think that's the point. Every chance and every opportunity is a chance to get into the next 11 and the next 11 and the next 11. You have to get your chance. You have to get your opportunity. It doesn't matter if you've been playing less or more. The Portuguese international went on to emphasize that United's attention should not be solely on the Europa League final against Tottenham. With 2 crucial Premier League fixtures remaining against Chelsea and Aston Villa, Fernandes underlined the importance of finishing the league campaign strongly. We can't just only focus on the Europa League final. We have to put maximum effort on every game, Fernandes told Sky Sports. Any points in the Premier League at this moment for us will be massive. While Fernandes held the players accountable for their on-pitch performances, manager Ruben Amorim took full responsibility for United's continuing slump. In a candid post-match press conference, the former Sporting Lisbon boss admitted he felt embarrassed by the team's position in the table and acknowledged that deeper cultural issues are affecting the club's mentality. It's not the players' fault, it's my fault. I'm responsible, Amorim stated. If we cannot change that really fast, we should give our place to different persons. Amorim did not mince his words when discussing the state of the team's mentality, expressing concern that the players no longer fear losing games, a dangerous sign for a club of United stature. I feel how a manager of Manchester United is supposed to feel in that position, embarrassed. It's hard to accept, he said. We need to be more aggressive, and we need to feel that it is the end of the world when we are not winning. We don't have that fear anymore, and that is the most dangerous thing a big club can have. With just 2 league games remaining and Champions League qualification only possible through Europa League success, both Fernandes and Amorim have made it clear. United must rediscover their identity, urgency, and pride, starting immediately. Ruben Amorim laments Manchester United's decline. We are losing the feeling of being a massive club. Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim delivered a scathing assessment of his team following a disheartening 2-0 defeat to West Ham at Old Trafford, warning that the club is losing its identity as a footballing giant. The result marked United's 17th league loss of the season, 9 of which have come at home, and left them languishing in 16th place in the Premier League table with just 2 games remaining. Amorim, who took over from Erik ten Hag in November, did not hold back in his criticism. For me, the biggest concern is that feeling that it's okay, he said. That is the biggest problem in our club in this moment because we are losing the feeling of being a massive club and it's the end of the world to lose a game at home. His comments reflect a deeper malaise at the club, which has not won a Premier League title since Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013. Despite having a squad laden with international talent, United have failed to show consistency or conviction throughout the campaign. Their latest defeat came just days after they secured a place in the Europa League final, a silver lining that Amorim said barely matters in light of the team's domestic struggles. How a manager of Manchester United is supposed to feel in that position. Embarrassed, he admitted. It's hard to accept. Everybody's thinking about the final. The final is not an issue in this moment in our club. We have bigger things to think about. West Ham's victory at Old Trafford was their first since 2007, and the manner in which they dispatched United, with goals from Thomas Soucek and Jared Bowen, was emblematic of how far the Red Devils have fallen. Amorim pointed to a lack of urgency and passion within the squad, emphasizing that the issue goes beyond tactics and player performance. It's a cultural problem. There is a lack of urgency in everything we do. he said. "I have that feeling we need to change that, and we need to be really strong in the summer and be brave, because we will not have a next season like this. If we start like this, or if the feeling is still here, we should give the space to different persons." That statement hinted at Amorim's own uncertain future at the club. While he did not directly state he would step down, his comments left the door open to that possibility. "I'm talking about myself and the culture in the club and the culture in the team," he added. Despite United's woeful league form, only one win in their last 17 Premier League games, if the 3 relegated sides are excluded, the team still has a chance to secure Champions League football next season by winning the Europa League. But Amorim was unenthusiastic even about that opportunity. "I'm not concerned about the final," he said. "It's by far the smallest problem in our club." Indeed, United's decline has been stark. The club has failed to score in 14 Premier League games this season. Only 3 teams have done worse, and their total points tally may not even reach 40 if they lose their remaining 2 fixtures. That figure is typically seen as the minimum required to avoid relegation. "It's the most dangerous feeling that you have in a big club," Amorim said, referring again to the apparent apathy within the squad. "We are showing that at the end of this season, playing Premier League and Champions League for us is the moon, so we need to know that." There have been a few bright spots, such as the performance of young winger Amad Diallo, who impressed against West Ham with his energy and creativity. But such moments have been rare in a season overshadowed by dysfunction, injuries, and inconsistency. As the club prepares for a summer of reckoning, Amorim has made it clear that a significant overhaul is needed, not just in terms of players, but in the very mindset of the institution. "Everybody has to think seriously about a lot of things here," he said. "We need to change something that is deeper than this. If Manchester United are to reclaim their status among Europe's elite, they will have to heed Amorim's warning. Otherwise, what was once a footballing powerhouse may continue its drift into mediocrity." Ruben Amorim's Casemiro praise speaks volumes ahead of Ronaldo-level pay decision. Casemiro is once again proving his value at Manchester United, scoring a pivotal goal in Thursday's Europa League semi-final second leg against Athletic Bilbao. The veteran midfielder helped turn the tide for the Red Devils, who came from behind to claim a convincing 4-1 win and book their place in the final. His influence on the pitch was undeniable, and so too was his growing importance to manager Ruben Amorim. The 33-year-old Brazilian has had a roller coaster season, with speculation over his future due to his age, wages, and early struggles under Amorim. But that narrative is quickly shifting. Having also scored in the first leg and provided 2 crucial assists in the quarterfinal against Lyon, Casemiro has gone from a peripheral figure to a vital component in United's resurgence. Amorim's reaction after Casemiro's goal against Bilbao was telling. The Portuguese manager immediately substituted the midfielder, but not before embracing him with a celebratory hug, drawing loud cheers from the Old Trafford crowd. It was a moment that showed just how far Casemiro's stock has risen under Amorim, who hasn't always been so complimentary. When asked earlier this year about Casemiro's limited playing time, Amorim didn't mince words. "We know that Casemiro nowadays has other qualities," he said bluntly. "He's intelligent, understands the game, and knows where the ball is going to be. But we are in a league where there is a big intensity difference. Therefore, I feel our team needs players with high intensity, and sometimes we don't have them." Casemiro featured in just one of United's 14 matches between mid-December and early February, playing only 136 of a possible 1,290 minutes. At that time, rumors swirled that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, United's new co-owner, viewed the midfielder's £400,000 a week wage as unsustainable. Casemiro was even held up as an example of the kind of high-cost, short-term signing the club should avoid moving forward. But with the Europa League final now on the horizon, those doubts are beginning to fade. Victory against Tottenham in Spain on May 21st wouldn't just secure a European trophy and Champions League qualification, it would also trigger a significant financial clause for Casemiro. Mirror Football reports that the Brazilian is in line for a £100,000 a week pay rise if United win, bringing his salary in line with Cristiano Ronaldo's 2021 wages at £500,000 per week. Whether Ratcliffe and the United board are comfortable with that payout remains to be seen, especially with plans to trim the wage budget. But Amorim's vocal and visible support could be influential in any final decision. The manager appears to have developed a strong appreciation for Casemiro's leadership and big-game mentality. As for the player himself, he remains committed. "I have 1.5 years left on my contract, and I would like to finish it here in Manchester," Casemiro said in February. "I am comfortable here, and so is my family. Happy on the bench? Of course not. That's something else." With United's season hanging in the balance, Casemiro may yet have the final say, on the pitch and at the negotiating table. Real Betis face uphill battle to keep Antony as Manchester United talks loom. Real Betis are set for transfer discussions with Manchester United over the future of Brazilian winger Antony, but the Spanish club have admitted that keeping hold of the player will be very, very complicated. The 25-year-old has enjoyed a resurgence in form since joining Betis on loan earlier this year, but extending his stay at the Estadio Benito Villamarín is far from certain. Antony has been a standout performer for Betis, contributing 8 goals and 5 assists in 21 appearances. His dynamic displays have helped the team reach the Europa Conference League final, with the winger scoring a crucial goal in the semi-finals. However, Betis president Angel Haro is under no illusions about the difficulty of retaining the ex-Ajax star, particularly with Manchester United expected to seek a permanent deal to recoup some of their hefty investment. "Keeping Antony as our own is very, very complicated," Haro told Spanish media. "We'll have a meeting with Manchester United to extend the loan for another year, to be able to share a percentage of the player. It's about seeing the willingness of the player and Manchester United." Haro emphasized that the English club will have the final say, and that convincing both parties will be essential. "The first filter is set by Manchester, and then the negotiation with the player would come, but that's a long way off," he explained. Antony has made no secret of his happiness in Seville, where he feels rejuvenated after a tough spell in England. Having struggled to live up to his €95 million price tag at United, he appears to have rediscovered his confidence and form in La Liga. Speaking about his time in Spain, Antony said, "Yes, I'm very happy. I found myself. I needed to find myself and be happy. My family needed to be happy too." The Brazilian praised the city of Seville for its warmth and cultural similarities to his homeland. "It reminds me a lot of Brazil. The sun, the food, everything. The people are also very warm and happy. That's important for us who come from Brazil and are used to that." With Manchester United under new management and potentially looking to offload players who don't fit into Ruben Amorim's plans, Antony's departure from Old Trafford seems likely. However, whether Betis can afford to make the deal permanent or even extend the loan remains a complex question. For now, Antony remains focused on the present, aiming to win silverware with Betis and continue his excellent run of form. As Haro noted, the player is now fully engaged, wanting to win a title with Betis. When the time comes and the season ends, he'll be able to do his part if this option opens up. As the season winds down, all eyes will be on the upcoming talks between Betis and United. The future of Antony remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. Both the player and his current club would like to continue their journey together. Victor Gyökeres chooses Premier League move amid Arsenal and Manchester United interest. Sporting Lisbon star Victor Gyökeres has reportedly made his decision to move to the Premier League this summer, with Arsenal emerging as the frontrunner to secure the prolific striker's signature. The Swedish international has lit up the Portuguese league since his arrival from Coventry City in 2023, and his next destination now appears to be England's top flight. The 26-year-old forward has been in unstoppable form, netting a staggering 95 goals in 99 appearances for Sporting. His sensational scoring rate has drawn the attention of top European clubs, with Arsenal and Manchester United both vying for his signature in a summer where top-tier strikers are in short supply. Gyökeres had a reported £85 million release clause in his contract, but Sporting are now believed to be open to offers in the region of £58 million. This significant discount has intensified interest, with Arsenal particularly eager to strengthen their front line following another season that ended without a trophy. According to TalkSport, Gyökeres has already decided on a move to the Premier League, and Arsenal are in pole position to seal the deal. The Gunners are prioritizing a new striker as part of their summer overhaul, recognizing that a clinical forward could be the missing piece in their pursuit of silverware. Despite finishing just below Liverpool in the league table, Arsenal scored 17 fewer goals than the title winners, a gap they hope Gyökeres can close. The club has relied on Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus in the central striker role this season, but neither are natural number 9s. Havertz also underwent hamstring surgery in February and hasn't featured since, further exposing Arsenal's need for a dedicated goalscorer. Gyökeres' form has not gone unnoticed by Manchester United either. The Red Devils have been dealing with scoring struggles of their own, managing only 42 goals throughout the league campaign. With young talents like Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee still finding their footing and battling inconsistency and injuries, United view Gyökeres as a more reliable and proven option. Interestingly, United boss Ruben Amorim shares a personal connection with Gyökeres, having managed him at Sporting. That relationship could have given United a potential edge in negotiations, but Arsenal's clear intent and financial readiness to meet Sporting's asking price may put them ahead in the race. The relatively modest £58 million fee now attached to Gyökeres makes him an even more appealing target, especially in comparison to Newcastle's Alexander Isak, who is valued at around £150 million following his 23-goal season. That price tag could deter suitors and make Gyökeres the best value option among elite-level strikers available this summer. While Gyökeres has remained quiet about his future in public, it's known that Arsenal sporting director Edu Gaspar is a strong admirer of the Swedish forward. With the Gunners aiming to convert potential into trophies, the addition of a proven goal scorer like Gyökeres could be the catalyst they need to reach the next level. As the transfer window approaches, all eyes will be on North London to see if Arsenal can finalize the deal and bring the Premier League's next star striker to the Emirates.